Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, fractal Bitcoin.
Oh, forget it.
Oh, I'm telling you, this is your daily Bitcoin news video. This show's about Bitcoin. It's about the collapse of fiat currencies, and but mostly it's about your future prosperity. Let's cover the Bitcoin price real quick. Right now we're about 66,000 even. What you're looking at are the daily candles from all the way from February. But yeah, you could see we're right here. We're hanging out. We could go up. We could come back down here. But probably September is when we might start really making big moves. Rect Capital here tells us that the Bitcoin bull market progress is 41.8% based on the standard halving cycles. And yeah, this is he has circled in the past two cycles where we are now. And this is what happens. We sort of consolidate, we kind of hang out for a little, and then eventually we go boom, eventually boom, and eventually boom. And the question is just how high are we going to go? What do you think? Put it in the comments. Yeah, Bitcoin is still on track for a September breakout. History suggests that a breakout from the reaccumulation range mere 100 days after the halving was always going to be unlikely. So yeah, what he's saying here is that this red or the pink section here, which is what we're in right now up here on the top right, again, this is where we sort of get ready to go boom, to go up. And the green area is obviously where we go up and make a new all-time high. So we're not quite there yet. But this doesn't mean it can't happen tomorrow. It could. Or next week, whatever. But or it could be 4 months, right? It could be November or December. We don't know. But we know it's going to happen. We just don't know when. So yeah, James Lavish says there are approximately $900 trillion of investment assets in the world. And at 67,000 Bitcoin, at a $67,000 Bitcoin, that's just 0.15% of that. So we're not even at 1%. At 1%, Bitcoin would be $428,000. Have a great day. And yeah, 1% is just the beginning. I mean, long term, we're going to be going to 20, 30%, 40%, maybe more, right? When the world becomes completely Bitcoinized, that could happen. Yeah, and even BlackRock now is saying that the model portfolios will make allocations toward Bitcoin ETFs later this year. That means that, the bazillion dollars and all the people in the world who have invested in these, funds through BlackRock, they're going to start putting a little Bitcoin into all those different funds. So, again, more adoption. And Russia just passed the law allowing businesses to use Bitcoin and crypto in international trade. Yeah, the law will become effective in September. So there's another mention of September. So what does this mean for you and me? We got to be patient. We got to hold tight. What does this mean for me? This means I got to make videos every day in August when probably nothing much is going to be happening. It's not easy, right? Making videos when there's not really any major... there is some big news every day, a little bit, but anyway, yeah, this is bullish news. And yeah, Eric Voorhees, he's responding to this post from Sterling Lujan. He says, Bitcoin is a captured asset. Its growth hypnotizes diehard fans, but they don't realize that institutionalization has destroyed any remnants of crypto anarchic intent. Sure, it may bolster your laser eyes, so at the end of the day, yeah, whatever. So he's saying Bitcoin is a captured asset. And many people might think this, especially right after the Bitcoin 2024 conference, which I just returned from 2 days ago. Everyone is saying, oh, yeah, because there's politicians there and all these big celebrities that, oh, Bitcoin's captured, Bitcoin's done. It's not going to ever be what we wanted it to be. And I disagree. And all that rhymed, but Eric Voorhees also disagrees, and that's why I'm showing you his post here. He says Bitcoin is not a captured asset. It is the asset capturing. It dons camouflage. Its enemies deceived. Its roots seep slowly in. Yeah, I also agree with this. Other entities are not taking over Bitcoin. Bitcoin is taking over all these other entities. It's going to take years, probably decades, but this is what's happening, right? Bitcoin is so pure and strong and good and fair and not captured by governments. I mean, not controlled by governments, right? So I love that. And yeah, here's Max Kaiser explaining that the global game theory being played out with Bitcoin and how everything is going to zero against Bitcoin. I do want to play this, but the quote here is, not only will the central banks be disintermediated by Bitcoin, but so will the nation state as we know it. Yeah, Max Kaiser is like one of the biggest Bitcoin bulls in the world. You know, he got into Bitcoin, I mean, toward the beginning. Like, I don't know exactly when. If you know when Max Kaiser bought his first Bitcoin, please comment below. But yeah, let's listen to this. This is from Bitcoin 2024, which just happened in Nashville. Let's listen.
The analogy that I like is Bitcoin as gunpowder. So if one country adopts gunpowder, then you really have to adopt gunpowder as well to get into this paradigm of mutual assured destruction or survival. And now we're entering into the global hash war or the global Bitcoin war, which I wrote about 5 years ago, when everyone was saying that, oh, all these countries are going to ban Bitcoin. I said, no, in fact, it's the opposite. They're all going to embrace Bitcoin. They're going to competitively mine Bitcoin and hoard Bitcoin because it becomes a new global Bitcoin standard. And we'll see every fiat money go to its long-term value of zero. It's demonetizing gold. You see that in the ETF market. People are dumping gold ETFs and buying Bitcoin ETFs. It's demonetizing the stock market. It's demonetizing the bond market. It's demonetizing the property market. It's demonetizing the fine art market. Everything goes to zero against Bitcoin. Everything goes to zero against Bitcoin. So anything you hold as an asset, it's the purchasing power relative to Bitcoin is going to go down. And so this is the realization that's creeping into the minds of folks who have been observing Bitcoin for a while. The political class is really interesting to see so many politicians up here talking about Bitcoin. They have the talking points, and they sound good. I don't think they've given it a deep thought yet because it disintermediates politicians. Because not only will the central banks be disintermediated by Bitcoin, but so will the nation state as we know it. So the nation state will dissolve as well as the central banks.
Yeah, the nation states will dissolve as well as the central banks. I believe everything he said. Again, I think in 20 years this will all be true, but it's going to take a while to get there. But it is funny that how he said all these politicians that have sort of jumped on the Bitcoin bandwagon, they don't realize that Bitcoin is sort of going to take away a lot of their power, right? In the long run. Again, it's going to take time, but I thought that was great. And this was the last session of Bitcoin 2024. You can see the title here, Bitcoin and Nostr, the ultimate freedom of speech protocols. Both of them are freedom of speech protocols, really. But Nostr's great. Bitcoin's great. This is a great session. I'll link to it below. It's a 31-minute session. It's really good. I was there live. It was great. So check it out. And here, Anil posted, here's all of my book summaries in one thread. This is actually a post from August 23rd, 2021. But these are a bunch of really awesome Bitcoin books and really other books. I also talk about, fiat currencies and money in general. But you can see the Bitcoin Standard is in here, which this is the book. If you have not read the Bitcoin Standard, this is a must read. This is your first must read in Bitcoin. This really overviews everything. And anyway, in this thread on X, he basically summarizes all these books. And yeah, as far as books, like if you're not a big reader, you can get audio books, right? You can listen to these books, but education is a big deal. We have to learn. We have to keep learning. We have to continue to elevate our understanding of Bitcoin, right? All right, subscribe to the channel while you're thinking about it, if you'd like to. And let's get into a couple stories about fiat and government nonsense because Bitcoin solves these issues. Yeah, here's some of the big news going around. This is a video, which we're not going to watch. But yeah, the new term of the mainstream media, or the corporate media, it's better called the corporate media. Everyone's saying, oh, weird, conservatives are weird, J.D. Vance is weird, and everything's weird, it's getting weird. And so Elon Musk And you can watch the video. I'll link to it. I might play a little of it, but Elon says they should mix up the propaganda more. This is way too obvious. Yeah, it really is obvious. And they're all doing it at the same time. This proves that they're literally all they're on all these outlets and all these corrupt politicians and all these idiots, they get like a directive from somewhere. Maybe it's the DNC, I don't know. And it's like a memo goes out and says, oh yeah, we're just going to say that you have to say that everything's weird. It's getting weird. And so listen to this.
Some of what he and his running mate are saying, well, it's just plain weird.
These guys are just weird. That's who they are.
As weird and creepy as J.D. Vance.
Super weird idea from J.D. Vance.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's quite weird. They're just plain weird.
Just plain weird.
Just plain weird.
That stuff is weird.
Just plain weird. So yeah, you can see this is the greatest thing about our technology, our modern technology right now and the internet and everything. We can see all this now. We can put together montages like this, and now you know what's happening. This is a coordinated propaganda effort. Weird, really weird. And it's so lame too. Like, what does that mean? Oh, it's weird. Creepy and weird. Like, what does that even mean? It's stupid. Yeah, and here's by the way, this is an article about this. You know, conservatives are weird, and this is an article. I'll link to it in the show notes too. This goes into more detail. But yeah, more fiat and corruption nonsense. Mark Zuckerberg's Meta agrees to a $1.4 billion settlement over claims it used biometric data without permission. And this is just the tip of the iceberg, right? They've been stealing our data and just using us as cattle for years and years and years. And anyway, I thought this was interesting, right? At least they had to admit it, sort of. And yeah, the University of Alabama has closed its DEI department, diversity, equity, and inclusion, following Texas and Florida public universities. Yeah, now you're going to see the whole DEI thing played out. We all know it's stupid, it's retarded. And now we all know that, and everyone's saying that. So now they got to pivot away from that. And so probably within a couple years, hopefully this whole DEI thing's going to be gone. And hopefully within 4 or 5 years, all the woke nonsense is gone too. I mean, it's just a weird phase of our culture that we had to go through, right? With all this garbage. So stupid. But here, yeah, trust the government. Here's why you should trust us. This is the FBI and the Department of Justice. Here's why you should trust us. Redacted. Yeah, they're This is so dumb. This is literally how government works. They want us to trust them, but they're not transparent at all. Dumb. And yeah, here's their plan. Here's plan A was to kill Trump. Plan B is to get Kamala in there to win, but good luck with that. And here's plan C is to steal the election, which just happened in Venezuela. And yeah, they're going to try it. So we already know what they're going to do, right? And we knew plan A and plan B beforehand as well, right? We knew what they were going to do. And yeah, oh my God, this will make you furious because, okay, it might start in Australia, but geez, I hope it doesn't come here. Starting in 2025, Australia will begin taxing unrealized gains in employee pension fund accounts with balances over 3 million Australian dollars, which is around $2 million of US dollars. This is the greatest thing ever for these corrupt governments. They're going to tax unrealized gains. That means they're going to pump up the price, pump up the value of your 401k, your pension fund, and whatever gains there were, even if you don't take out the money, you just let it sit there and it goes above a certain thing, you're going to have to pay more tax. This is completely retarded and ridiculous. We can never accept anything like this. We can't. That's why Bitcoin comes in. All right, and here's what we should all do. Step 1, start a beer company named Responsibly. Step 2, watch as every other beer company promotes you for free at the end of their commercials. Enjoy your yacht. Yeah, because at the end of every alcohol commercial, they have to say, drink responsibly. So, responsibly. Come on, it's funny. Oh, all right. Maybe that's a little bit of a dad joke, but whatever. This is our website, fractalbitcoin.com. click this link on the very top here. It says join our locals community, and come join our locals. It's free. It's a community we're growing, and that's about it. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you're on Rumble, follow the channel. And I appreciate all you savages on Nostr watching on flare.pub. I love it. You love it. We all love it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Let's go, Nostr. Let's go, flare.pub. All right, that's it. I'll see you tomorrow for another Bitcoin news video. All right, later.